Hi everyone, my name is Mark and you're on a 5-Min AI channel. Today we're going to talk about how to build custom web interfaces with Lovable, Supabase and N8N. Here you can see example of such tool that I created with Lovable only for 2, maybe 3 hours in total. So this is simple chat interface for my N8N agents. For example, you can see one of them here. And I just was bothered to talk with this agent with the default chat interface in N8N, and I built one interface with Lovable to do it simply, and to have a nice fancy interface for that. Also, I can talk with multiple agents and they have the same knowledge base. Actually, they have a same memory, and this way I can ask, for example, YouTube agent to find me top 5 videos about LinkedIn cold outreach, and after that I can ask another agent, it's database agent, to save this data to my table. And yeah, it's do that because they have the same memory, it has all this data about found videos, and it can use it to save it in the database. You can add your agents here, or you can add public agents. Yeah, I shared my agent for YouTube, for example. Yeah, quite nice tool, and you can do such tool for your business, for example, a CRM system, or maybe some forms or something else, or maybe even you can build your own AI MVP product. So right now I will show you how to do such app step by step with Lovable, how to integrate it with Supabase, how to deploy it on GitHub, and the link to your N8N agent. But before, please subscribe and like this video. It will help us to do more videos like that. Okay, let's get started. So we will start with some theory, because to understand how applications work, you need to understand what kind of layers it has. So every application has logic, it's backend, interface, it's frontend, and database. So in database, you store some data. In the interface, you display this data and provide some actions for your users. And the logic is responsible for processing data and maybe some third-party integration. So my setup looks like that. For database, I use Supabase because it's PostgreSQL database based on Amazon servers, and it's quite scalable. You can add authentication there, different H functions, RLC rules, and other stuff that I will show you right now. And for interface, usually I use Bubble. With Bubble, you can simply build web apps and also interfaces for your applications, but you can't do that with AI right now. Actually, you can, but it's quite weak right now. And with Lovable, I found it's quite cheaper and faster to build these interfaces, simply chatting with AI and getting results in 1 hour. Yeah, and for logic, I use N8N because it's N8N, you can do everything there. Yeah, so let's check details. In the database, we store some data records, and in the interface, you have some CRUD functions. It means like create, read, update, or delete functions that affects on your data in the database. So you can move these CRUD functions to logic part, like on backend, but if they're simple, just delete this data or like create some new record based on inputs. Yeah, you can leave it with Lovable, but I don't want to keep some complex logic on the Lovable, because I see that many people trying to do backend logic on Lovable or Cursor or on other stuff, and I don't like it actually, because you can't really control it as you can do it in N8N. You can see all executions, logs, and data and so on, because I used to build really complex and scalable projects where you need to be sure that you control every data, every log, that you know what happened. For example, if you had some error, you can miss it and you can see it only in a week, and you need to be able to go back 1 week ago in your execution history and check what's going on there. Yeah, so just just don't try to do backend on Lovable if you don't know how to code. And next part, important that you need to understand, is all applications has authentication. And with Supabase, you can use internal authentication and set up some RLC privacy rules that will control access to your data records. For example, admin can access all data and user can access only own data. And you basically need to build some RLC rules on the database. Lovable can help you with that. And on the interface, you need to build some authentication process like sign in, sign up, reset my password, and so on. Yeah. And the last thing that you have backend actions. You can run backend actions with H functions on Supabase. Basically just SQL or JS functions written on Supabase part that can be triggered and maybe access some third-party integrations or internal data in the Supabase. But it's better to keep everything on N8N. It's just backup plan. So with N8N, you simply need to set up your webhook, and then Lovable will trigger your N8N scenarios with some JSON data. Maybe you can simply, for example, if you want to do some actions with exact record from the Supabase, you can provide file ID or record ID to N8N, and then you can retrieve this data on N8N side from Supabase and apply some actions, send it to Stripe or something else. Yeah. So basically, this is how my setup looks like right now for all projects. And yeah, let's check how it works in real life. Okay, let's dive into Lovable. You will always start with this input where you can attach images, import design from Figma. You need to choose if it's public or private project. Actually, if you have a free plan, it always will be public. You have some ideas on your project, and here we will see your projects. Yeah, you can choose some of templates. For example, mostly it's simple dashboards or landing pages, nothing special. Yeah, so you can use this ChatGPT interface. I have idea to build a simple table like dashboard where I will be able to see all found videos. For example, here I will ask to find some videos, save it in the database, and then with this new app I will be able to see a list of these videos in the simple table. So I prepared a prompt. You can specify some details, but I would offer not to detailize it too much because it's better to build your app step by step with small pieces. This way you will be able to build something really complex and what will really work, because otherwise you will have a lot of errors and problems that you will need to solve. Okay, let's just send this to Lovable, and on the first stage you will need to wait a bit because it's preparing a lot of different files, generating a lot of code, but every new request will be processed much faster and simpler. Okay, our app is ready. It took less than a minute. As a first step, I would offer you to transfer your repository to GitHub. I'm already created and integrated my GitHub account, so I don't think it's something complex to do that. You just need to simply add connection and then log into a GitHub account and provide all permissions to Lovable. This way, your project will be saved on GitHub, and also further I will show you how to separate it with the testing and live environment. That will help you to continuously develop your product and have separate live version. Also, you will be able to use Cursor to duplicate your repository and continue to develop needed features with Cursor. I saw that multiple creators use this pipeline, so just keep in mind. Next step is to integrate your Supabase. Again, you will have your account here. I already have one, so I integrate you can add multiple organizations. It's cool because you can develop multiple apps, and for example, if you work with multiple clients, you can add their organizations here and connect each app to needed Supabase project. So we will choose this one and just click connect. So Lovable has, as you can see, default integration with Supabase. Lovable can understand the context of your database, run SQL queries, add RLC rules for privacy, and a lot of stuff if you're building your app with Supabase. As you can see, it found all my tables in the Supabase project, and right now I'm just setting up all code for Supabase integration. Okay, Supabase connected, and now we can ask to create special special table for video dashboard where we will store all these data. So we just simply ask, please create table for our table with videos with all appropriate columns and right types. As you can see, it prepared different SQL queries to create table, to set up all RLC rules, and even created special trigger to update it at data. Actually, it's optional. I don't know why it's trying to add it here, but yeah. And then you just need to click apply changes. It will take you only one token for that. I forgot to mention that everything you do here, you have a number of messages. You have 5 free daily messages, and also you can purchase up to a few thousand monthly messages here in plans with billing. Yeah, so as you can see, I have 33 messages remaining, and I've already built 2 apps for me and for my clients. So I think like spending $50 for building 5 or 10 apps is quite great price. Also, you can set up in your account settings this special chat mode feature that lets you chat with Lovable AI without spending your messages. So before applying any changes, you can discuss it with Lovable AI. For example, you need to change chat mode here. Yeah, it just will help you to understand how to fix some error or add some features, change interface, and so on, or maybe just plan full feature. Okay, so table is created. Let's check it in our database. Yeah, it's ready. We have all columns, we have policies. Our interface is ready. Let's integrate this table with our real table in Supabase, and just, yeah, we simply prompt it here, please integrate table with real table in Supabase. That will be quick. Yeah, actually, you see that AI asked to do that. So it definitely understands context, and in most cases, for example, if you provide some long list of different improvements, it will ask to, like, first of all, it will plan what you need to do, and then it will start to do only, like, for example, first part of changes, and after each part, it will ask should we continue or not. And also I found that it really remember context even if you talk, I don't know, 5, 6, 10 messages after, and it can ask you like, oh, you remember that what we planned to do before, are we going to do that or not? So yeah, right now we don't have any data here, so let's go back to our AI agent and ask to gather some data and save it there. Here are my AI agents. Yeah, let's simply change it. Please gather top 5 years about N8N in minutes here. We will wait for a minute. And now it's ready. Yeah, so we have a channel, publish date, a name, and description. Yeah, let's ask our database agents to save this data into videos table. So name is videos. Please save this data into videos table. Yep, we need to wait again a few seconds more. Finally, data was created in the database. We can see it here. Yeah, everything was saved, like name, link, channel, description. Let's go back to our table in the app that we created before. And as you can see, because Supabase has real-time integration, you will see all changes in the database immediately. Yeah, so it's ready. We see everything that we need, and also the link is missing. Let's ask to add a button that will open link in new tab. Please add the button in the column that will open link in new tab. So Lovable updating our table, as you can see, and it's ready. You need to reload it, and actually the button exists and it opens new tabs, but we actually don't see icons. And yeah, you can fix it. Sometimes if you ask AI too much, for example, if you ask add many features, it may totally broke all the interface and all features that was created before. So I definitely not recommend you to do all features, all your IDs at once, if it's not a small changes in the text, for example, or colors or something like that. Yeah, and if you did some bad changes, like if AI did a lot of changes, you can restore any version in the chat. You can also open history and restore any version of your app here. I found it's really valuable sometimes. Sometimes you can, for example, want to add some features, but you are not sure if it will work well. And yeah, yeah, it's sort of branching in GitHub when you starting to do some changes, like 4, 5, 6 changes, and then you see that results are really bad and you just jump back to previous version. Also, another valuable tool here, it's uploading images. Actually, I haven't tried it. I'm not sure how good it recognizes interface, but you can definitely use select tool and select needed component in the interface to apply some changes to exactly this component. This way you can easily delete it. Another thing that you can specify in the settings of the project, you can specify some knowledge and yeah, just save some rules or guidelines, maybe tools that you use, maybe style guides. Yeah, it works as memory in ChatGPT and it will help you to get stable results from Lovable interaction. Sometimes you may see some different errors during development. As you can see, this is my app that I just showed you, and I have a lot of errors I'm trying to fix. And there's two types of errors. Some of them errors during deploying the code. So when you like AI added some features and you're trying to upload the page and it's not uploading because of error, you will have this error right here or maybe here in the interface, and you will just need to click like try to fix, and then AI trying to fix. As I understand, you won't be charged for that because you have limited amount of messages, and for error handling you won't be charged at all. And another type of errors, you can see like logs here that pop-ups during using your app, and this way AI won't see that, but you can click try to fix it and all these logs will be sent to AI of Lovable and it will try again to fix it. Some of errors are quite tricky and AI don't really understand how to do that, and sometimes you need to research it by yourself. And for example, I understand different details of Supabase integration and I know how to fix them and I provide my ideas to AI. Yeah, but sometimes, as you can see, try to fix it again, build is unsuccessful. Yeah, annoying sometimes. You just need to do some research by yourself. So as you understand, main skill working with Lovable is to understand your code, your app, at least features, logic, and just prompt your ideas to Lovable, discuss it with this AI, and it will implement it for you. So Lovable has multiple guides. For example, this one you can find it in the blog. They have a lot of advices how to add changes, how to speak with AI, how to handle different errors. Also, they have some prompting guide in the documentation. Again, you can find here a lot of cool stuff. And soon they want to launch this Lovify extension that will help you to do even better prompts for Lovable, also do some project planning before you start in development itself, and other cool features that will help you to boost your development process. And the last but not the least thing, it's publishing your project. So to make accessible this project to any people in the internet, you need to deploy it, and then you will get your unique custom link. Actually, you can see it here. And also you can specify some custom domain with Netlify. Yeah, so Lovable has this guide, how you can do that with Vercel, how you can do it with Netlify. I prefer Netlify, it's quite simple and I will show it to you. And yeah, you can also use this simple link. Yeah, and it's ready. Anyone can go to this website and use this web app. Okay, before going to Netlify and set up your custom domain, you need to be sure that you prepared for that. As I already mentioned, you need to transfer your code to GitHub. Then in the GitHub, I offer you to create a new special branch for your testing environments. So you can just click a new branch. You will just need to use your main source branch. Yeah, and just name it testing. As you can see, I have one, and testing branch will be used in your Lovable application. So here you can specify in the settings the branch that you will use for your application, and you need to switch to testing one, and main one will be used for Netlify. And every time you do changes in your Lovable app, it won't be automatically showing your real app like live main branch on Netlify. You just need to go to this pull requests tab and click New Pull Request, choose your branch, basis main, compare testing, and then you need to use Create Pull Request to deploy new changes to your live version. Another required step is to set up authentication in Supabase. We will do that with resend. So basically, to sign in any user, you need to send the user's email. And Supabase doesn't have a default email provider. They had it before, but right now they just disabled this feature because some bad guys use it too much. And you need to go to resend.com, set up your domain. It's quite simple. You just set up all DNS records in your domain. You can see it here, and nothing special. Then you can go to settings, integrations, and here you can set up your Supabase integration, where you just simply need to choose your project, your domain. You just need to select project, then domain, and then it will automatically configure all required SMTP integration. Otherwise, you can do it manually in like project settings, authentication tab. Here you can specify like sender details, sender name, and all things from resend. Also, for emails, if you want to set up it on your own domain, you need to go to authentication tab, and then here in URL configuration, you need to change this domain. Actually, you can set up your unique URL of Lovable project if you don't have a domain but you want to implement Supabase authentication, or you can specify your unique domain here. So going back to Netlify, you just need to add a new site, import from GitHub, go into GitHub, authorized, and then you just need to check your repo, specify your site name, and then here you need to choose main branch. So again, testing will be used for Lovable. Don't need to change everything here, and then you just need to click deploy test. It will be deployed, and then in the site page you need to go to domain management and add here domain. Like usually I use domain like subdomain, as you can see, GPT lowcoding.dev, and you just need to set up your DNS records, and this DNS record will be simple CNAME record to your DNS provider. I tried to do the same stuff with domains and it works differently, so be sure that you trying to set up your domain on subdomain in sites in this tab. So we have our application, it's integrated with Supabase. We also can ask to add authentication part. You can simply ask to add auth part with Supabase, and it will be done with one simple prompt. You can actually specify that you don't need Google or any other third-party integration, because sometimes it's adding it by default. And the only missing part that we have right now, it's backend logic. And for backend, you need to simply specify webhook. As you can see, for example, I have this chat with database agent, where I can chat with agent with default chat and with this webhook. So this is agent that we just use to save data in Supabase. And how it works, we send message and we send session ID. Then we use merge to merge inputs from both of these triggers. Otherwise you will have error. We set up variables here using one of these inputs, and then we send this message to our agent, use the same chat memory that we used for previous YouTube agent. So we just specify the same key for session, and return back our response, like this one, the data that we sent back to our Lovable interface. And we have it here, and we don't need to ask to build all this AI agent stuff on Lovable side. We can control all executions here. We can see all data without any problems. And building backend logic with Lovable, it's again quite crazy idea based on my opinion, if you don't use code daily and can't manage it by yourself. So our app is ready. We can sign up, we can sign in, we can receive emails and send it, we can log into our application and see our data from database. Basically, this is how any application works, and this is all you need to know to build your own web application for your internal business needs or for your clients if you have one. This is how I build my projects daily, and I build these products within a couple days. And if you want to know more about how to build your AI products in hours, please subscribe on our channel, click like under this video, and join our free community where we daily sharing different guides and scenarios around Supabase, Lovable, and N8N. Have a good day. Bye.